Insta360 is best known for making 360-degree, pocket-friendly action cameras. In case the name didn't give it away, but its latest innovation marks the company's foray into the bustling webcam market. The Insta360 Link is a compact camera that's powered by a delightfully intelligent AI system and Insta360's infamous gimbal stabilization, with a listing price of $299 to cover all that tech. That's a bold ask for a computer accessory. But after testing the webcam for the past 2 weeks, my hot take is that the Insta360 Link has no business being this good for a first-generation product. Design. Fundamentally, the Insta360 Link is like every other webcam. It's a bite-sized gadget that sits atop any monitor, laptop, or desk setup and connects via a USB-C cable. Its gimbal-like figure separates it from the pack with a stabilized camera that sways back and forth when not in use, sort of like a bobblehead. The 3-axis gimbal, as Insta360 calls it, allows the camera part of the webcam to rotate left to right, up and down, and diagonally. On paper, the Link's field of view peaks at 79.5 degrees, which is a smidge narrower than competing webcams that boast ultra-wide lenses. But when you consider the Link's ability to swivel and spin, the shorter viewing distance is easily forgettable. More on that later. The Link is not as heavy as you'd expect, even with the motorized parts. It weighs 106, which, given its premium, all-aluminum construction, is a pleasant surprise. I tested the webcam on my beefy 34-inch monitor and had no trouble keeping the gadget still and balanced. More impressively, the Link sat just as snugly on my 13-inch MacBook Air and 16-inch MacBook Pro. In both scenarios, the laptop displays never felt like they were being dragged or weighed down by the webcam. In fact, I found the 16-inch MacBook's notch to be the perfect indicator to station the camera. The Insta360 Link ends up covering the MacBook's ambient light sensor, but it's nothing that manual brightness adjusting can't solve. Setup. Using the webcam is as simple as clasping a rubber tip mount onto your screen. The backside of the Link has a springy mechanism that allows it to hold onto any surface firmly, which you can then connect a USB-C cable from it to your computer. As most manufacturers do, Insta360 recommends using the included USB-C cable to power the Link. But to my surprise and laziness, I found the webcam just as functional, including all the nifty camera tricks that I'll go over later when paired with third-party cables. See image below. That's oftentimes not the case with webcams, as my previously tested Elgato Facecam only worked with its proprietary connector. One thing to note, no matter what cable you use with the Link, expect the gadget to feel a bit warm to the touch after an hour or two of use. This can be a cause for concern, especially if you plan to keep the webcam constantly plugged into a desktop. But given the constant power consumption and high-resolution output, a little overheating is not surprising. Companion software. Besides the plug-and-play aspect of the Insta360 Link, there's also a companion program that Windows and Mac users can take advantage of. The Link controller software lets you modify the finest levels of the webcam's output, including the white balance, temperature, contrast, saturation, and more. Heck, there's even a curve graph to set exposure levels. Within, you will also find a directional pad, labeled Gimbal Control, to control the webcam manually. This was particularly handy whenever the Link lost its calibration and became off-centered, which happened once or twice per day. Performance. So how good is the webcam's video exactly? I'd go as far as to compare the Insta360 Link's 1/2 sensor to a DSLR camera, like the ones that suddenly became high-quality webcams during the pandemic. Seriously. The Link's larger sensor allows it to capture more details and dynamic range than the standard webcam, delivering an output that's effectively balanced, natural in color, and optimized for bright and low-light environments. As someone who has helped most of his family members set up their WFH systems over the past 2 years, I was especially impressed by the Link's default color settings, which gave off a lively reflection without overdoing the sharpness and saturation. I hope you found this video helpful. It's my pleasure if you were helped a little at least. If you have anything to query for, please comment us below. Thank you for watching this video.